Hello viewers, welcome to Louder, back with another reaction video. I want to react to a video shared by an Indian American on TikTok. She's biracial with African American and Asian Indian heritage, and she raised an important point that deserves attention. She highlighted the increasing racism faced by Indians in America, particularly following Vivek Ramaswamy's declaration of his intention to run for president of the United States. One key observation she made is that many Indians in America exhibit racism toward black people, often aligning themselves with white supremacist systems to gain acceptance or avoid marginalization. This behavior, however, comes with its consequences. It seems that while Indians may feel comfortable playing secondary roles within the societal hierarchy, they are quickly reminded of their place the moment they aspire to positions of supreme power, such as the presidency. At such moments, the system makes it clear that they are not part of the white establishment, but are instead considered outsiders or second-class citizens. Let's take a listen to what she had to say, and then I'll share my reaction.
I'm happy that Indians are now seeing what we've been telling them for so long. You are not part of the white supremacist party. You can be conservative, you can have money, you can be successful. They will let you get to a certain level. But the second Vivek Ramaswamy said, hey, I think I should be president, all of a sudden, all we see is unfettered racism towards Indian people. The whole factory ethics lady is probably responding to more posts about Indians and how they smell than any other group. And it's literally because Indians try to adopt conservative politics. Indians are now facing more racism because they tried to go to the racist party and do what they do. And those racist people said, oh my God, I'm going to be racist to you now. I feel like Indians are facing a lot more racism right now because they didn't clock that capitalism is a tool of white supremacy. We saw the Ambani wedding. We know that India has bread. Those people have billions of dollars, all of that. In India, most of the people that are making money have upward mobility. And in America, we're sold that it's a meritocracy, right? So if it's a meritocracy and it's a capitalist society, making money should give you access to the top levels of society, including the levels that are associated with power. But Vivek Ramaswamy was shown very quickly that, hey, and Rishi Patel, Caste Patel, and all these guys, they were shown very quickly, even if you have the money and the success and the merit, you're not going to be president. They still will not accept you. They don't care. They will not accept you. All that man had to do was think that he was going to be able to be president. And all of a sudden, the entire internet is talking about Indians and how they prepare their street food and how they smell. I've been half Indian my whole life, and I have never ever seen this much vitriol and ardent racism for Indian people. There are more than 1 billion of us out here. There's obviously so many of us, so many experiences, so many ways to be Indian, so many ways to exist in the world as an Indian. But the second that a bunch of us decided, hey, I have money and education and I believe in capitalism, let me get into politics, the internet said, no, baby, you don't even go here. There's more to say about being mixed than dark-skinned girls didn't like me because I had long hair. There are so many issues or even just topics of conversation that come up literally because you're mixed. Growing up, I was mostly around people who had never met someone who was Indian and black. And I grew up around mostly black people or mostly Indians. It was never really much of a mix. So I have a lot of experiences that are unique to that because I am mixed. The experience that I don't have, however, is dark-skinned women not liking me, or people darker than me not liking me, or people fully black not liking me. And you know why? Because I don't put all of my value as a human being into how pretty my hair is or my eye color, or think I'm better than anybody else because I'm different from them in a way that a capitalist society upholds.
Everything she said makes sense. This is not just her perspective, it reflects a broader reality. Speaking from personal experience, I found that some of the most blatant racism comes from communities like Arabs, Indians, Pakistanis, and Chinese people. This often stems from their attempts to emulate white supremacist systems in order to be accepted. The irony is that in doing so, they sometimes surpass the original architects of these systems in their extremism. This phenomenon can be linked to several factors, including a lack of self-confidence, internalized inferiority, and a desire to escape their own historical oppression. To assert their belonging, they often oppress those perceived as lower in the social hierarchy, namely Black people. Among Indians specifically, this behavior is deeply tied to their caste system, which enforces rigid social stratification based on skin color and class. Lighter skin is often associated with privilege, wealth, and higher social status. This ingrained system of discrimination fosters a mindset that some Indians carry with them when they migrate to countries like the United States. Unsurprisingly, this mindset influences how they interact with Black people. Many seek to distance themselves from the Black community, attempting instead to align with the white supremacist power structure. This behavior is evident in various ways, from their reluctance to integrate with Black communities to their willingness to exploit these communities economically. For instance, in Black neighborhoods, Indian-owned stores often dominate. They sell liquor, unhealthy foods, and other harmful products, profiting off the community without contributing anything meaningful in return. This pattern isn't unique to America. Similar complaints have arisen in South Africa, where Indian businesses have been accused of selling substandard goods that harm local communities. This reflects a broader attitude of exploitation and disregard for Black lives. What's surprising and somewhat ironic is the naivety with which some Indians believe they can align themselves with white supremacist systems. They hope that by distancing themselves from Black people and pledging allegiance to conservative, often racist ideologies, they can secure their place within these systems. However, history has shown that such alliances are fragile and temporary. The moment Indians aspire to positions of true influence, like the presidency, they are reminded that they, too, are viewed as outsiders. White supremacy operates on a binary system. You are either subordinate and serve its interests without question, or you are a threat and must be neutralized. Indians who align themselves with such ideologies often fail to see this until it's too late. This situation serves as a wake-up call, not just for Indians, but for the Black community as well. It highlights the importance of loyalty, unity, and self-reliance. Unlike other ethnic groups, Black communities often struggle with internal divisions that hinder progress. While others focus on building wealth, political power, and cultural influence, we are too often distracted by infighting and self-interest. We must recognize that we have no true allies beyond ourselves. Our strength lies in unity, politically, economically, and culturally. Instead of looking outward for validation or support, we should focus on building within, creating systems that empower and uplift our people globally. Figures like Vivek Ramaswamy exemplify how other communities strategically use opportunities to benefit their own people while serving their political agendas. They work to create pathways for their communities in areas like technology and business. This contrasts sharply with many Black leaders who fail to prioritize collective empowerment. It's time for Black communities to adopt a similar mindset. By investing in education, economic development, and cultural pride, we can build the foundation for lasting progress. This requires a shift away from divisive rhetoric and toward a shared vision of success. This situation also serves as a lesson for Indians who align themselves with white supremacy. While their actions may provide short-term benefits, they ultimately reinforce a system that will never fully accept them. This isn't about wishing harm on anyone. It's about recognizing the long-term consequences of one's choices and evolving toward a mindset of equality and mutual respect. As for the Black community, let this be a reminder of the power of unity. We must focus on building our own systems and institutions, creating opportunities for ourselves rather than relying on others. The road to progress begins with us. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with this perspective? What steps can we take to build stronger, more unified communities? I'll see you in the next video. Peace.